What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Injection of Inspiration, where every single Saturday I, Graham G.S. Matthews, inject you with a daily dose of motivational advice, helpful tips, and all that other great positive shit. Patience is a virtue. Ever heard that before? It's a pretty popular saying. You probably heard it a million times, you're sick of hearing it, but you might not truly know what it means. And to me, kind of came into play a few weeks ago with a little mini story here for you, a bit of a relevant story to today's topic. So, about 3 weeks ago at this point, I guess, from the time this, will go up in the channel, I had trouble accessing my Bleacher Report account. I was trying to log in, and the website has had some issues for a while now in terms of, logging in and stuff like that. And I didn't know, how to log in because the website is going through, a massive makeover at the moment, a massive overhaul from, the back end. So people are having trouble logging in and posting stuff and accessing profile pages and stuff like that. So I was about to log in, I think on a Wednesday night. I had an article due the next morning, I think on a Thursday morning. Maybe it was Friday. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. Yeah, it was the Thursday morning the article was due that I had signed up for to write. And I logged in on a Wednesday, to sign in and start writing the article, but it wouldn't log me in. It kept on saying, you need to log in. I would put in my credentials, and it kept logging me out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And not that I was freaking out, I was getting angry. I don't really freak out. I just get mad at stuff that I can't control, which I'm not taking my own advice. I've said this before. If there's something you can't control, you just got to deal with it the best you can. Punching things and getting angry isn't going to solve anything. So I'm getting frustrated, and I'm like, come on, sign me the fuck in. I need to write this article. What the fuck is going on? Talking to it like it's a person. So I reached out to a few different people, the service people from the website, my editor, to see if if he knew what the issue was, and he was very, very kind, very, very helpful in helping me solve the issue and help me look into it, and, he was very patient with me and stuff like that. I wasn't freaking out or being rude or anything. I was simply asking, if he knew what the problem was on the back end of the website, and, he was trying to talk to people from the website itself and stuff like that. So, long story short, or short story even shorter, because it's not really much of a long story, in that moment where I couldn't log in because I really, really wanted to log in and write this article so I could publish it the next day, I couldn't. There was nothing I can do, and I had to keep on reminding myself, I got to be patient. Because at this very moment, I have tried everything there is to do. And I've also reached out to attempt to resolve that issue. Sitting here whining and complaining and being mad isn't going to solve anything. No matter what I do, I cannot get into my account and write this article. And I started to write parts of it anyway, on a document. It's easier to write it as part of the Bleacher Report tools and stuff. But it's, I was starting it on a document, so it wasn't like a procrastination thing. I can write it in a matter of an hour if I wanted to. It was just a matter of logging into the site so I could publish it. And my editor knew, and he's like, yeah, no worries, dude. We'll just push it back a few days. I think we put it up on a Monday instead. And in a matter of literally 36 hours, we got the whole thing resolved, and it was back up and running by Friday morning. And I was able to log in, write the article I had due for Saturday, and write the other one that was pushed from Thursday to Monday, and do that too. And I had no issue with it. And it was perfect, and I was super appreciative. But I had to keep on reminding myself before the whole issue was even resolved that there's nothing I can do in the present moment. I hate things that don't go my way. I hate things that aren't perfect. That's just the way that I am. And I try. A lot of people are like that as well. There's few things you can do to help prevent that. Oh, man, I really wanted today to be perfect. I wanted everything to do this, that, A, B, and C. I wanted them to go this way, that way, and all these other ways. But it didn't. It went wrong. You just got to make the most of every situation that you're put in. And above all else, you just got to be patient. Because if there's nothing you can do and you've attempted to resolve that issue as many ways as you can, there's nothing else you could do at the present moment. So just hang back, let loose, and just wait. And I'm not just saying this to other people. I'm telling myself this too. This is serving as a reminder for myself too, because at that time, I knew the issue was going to be resolved. It wasn't a matter of oh, I'll never be able to log in again. I knew the thing was going to be resolved in a matter of a day or two. It was just a matter of waiting. I don't like to wait sometimes. That's the problem, because I really want to get things done in an orderly manner, and I hate pushing things back if I don't have to, and this wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a technical error on the website's part, on the back end, not anyone that works there. So you just got to be patient. Patience is a virtue when it comes to really anything, but especially things that cannot be controlled. There are things that are beyond your control. And I've said this a million times before. The only way that you can, take control of anything in that type of situation is controlling your own actions. You control your reaction to actions that take place in regards to you. Like the weather. How are you going to respond to the fact that it's snowing today? You may not have planned on it. How the fuck are you going to get to work? I don't know. Figure something out. Instead of complaining and whining and getting mad, which we're all allowed to do once in a while, find a solution. And if there is nothing you can do, you got to make the most of it. If you absolutely cannot get to work because it is snowing so bad, and you can't get a ride, you can't use someone else's car, whatever the issue might be. I'm not saying if you don't go in, you're going to be fired or whatever, but obviously, I would hope not. But I guess it depends where you work. But you got to figure out a solution. There is absolutely no way you can go in. Or let's say if you're sick. That's another great example. Like, if you are so beyond sick, obviously you're not planning on getting sick, and you can't go into work looking like shit, feeling like shit, at the risk of getting other people sick too. You're mad that you can't go into work. It's a sick day you didn't want to take. Dude, you just got to deal with it. Sit back, hang loose, and be patient. If you sit back and hang loose right now as opposed to going to work, getting everyone else sick, and getting yourself even more sick than you were before, there's a good chance that you'll get better in time just hanging at home and focusing on getting better. That's the type of thing you got to keep your mind on. You got to set your mind to in those types of situations. So once again, patience is a virtue. I don't know if anyone really came up with that quote. I know it's been a very popular saying for a long time now, but for a lot of people, because you hear it so much, it's just a bunch of words. But when you apply it to certain situations, it can be beyond words of wisdom, to say the least. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out today's injection of inspiration. I appreciate it. We'll be back next Saturday with another installment. In the meantime, and in between time, check me out on the socials in the description box down below: Twitter, Facebook, website, MySpace, Google+, AIM, snail mail. Okay, maybe a few of those things, probably not sort of really. But anyway, guys, just have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.